All right. Good afternoon, Facebook Live and Zoom. Today we are on Virtual Health and Fitness Community Involvement Thursday with KU Medical Center with Jessica Danon. She is going to be leading us through a workout/yoga session today, and we're very excited to have her. But before we go into that, Seth Wagner came up with the question for today, and it is, if you could meet any famous actor, person, businessman, or any person that you in the world that you would like to meet, we're gonna do that today. So Seth, who would you like to meet if you could meet anybody?
I have to say John Cena.
All right, John Cena. What about you, Carrie?
I got a good one for y'all.
You what?
Carrie, if you could meet any famous person, who would it be?
I would say The Rock.
The Rock. Nice.
I got one for y'all.
What do you think, Carol?
How about John Boy?
And who else?
Wait a minute.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, Luke, what do you got for us? Ariana Grande. All right. What do you think, Luke?
What are we doing?
If you could meet any famous person, who would it be?
I will meet the quarterback of the Broncos, Peyton Manning, someday.
Peyton Manning. All right, Kaylee.
Derek Carr, Raiders quarterback.
All right, we have a new person here today. His name is Anu. I don't know him. Kaylee, introduce him to us.
He does 17 sports, I believe, and he does that in Maryland.
Maryland. All right. Anu, you want to introduce yourself for us? Talk loud, buddy.
I'm a special Olympics athlete from Maryland.
From Maryland. All right. Anu, what sports do you play?
17 altogether, but the list will get too long. I was saying 5. Like football, bocce, soccer, basketball, and equestrian.
Very good. And Anu, last question. If you could meet any famous person, who would it be?
I just put it in the chat.
Oh, was it John Cena?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Everybody give Anu a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us today for your first Virtual Health and Fitness session with Special Needs Kansas. Welcome. Mr. Brandon, your turn.
Yes, there is. I actually got a couple that I would like to meet, and it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and John Cena.
Awesome. Tony, who would you pick?
I put it in the chat.
What?
I put it in the chat.
Oh, who is it? I can't look. Who is that?
Oh, I know who that is.
The Undertaker.
The Last Ride. That's the story about him.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Right. All right. Thank you guys so much. Miss Jessica Danon, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from, what you do, what you're all about, and then take over today's workout.
Sure.
Also,
All right.
who would you meet?
Who would I meet? Well, I was going to ask, do they have to be living?
Nope, don't have to be living.
Then I would say Audrey Hepburn.
All right.
All right, everybody. My name is Jessie, and Jessie introduced me already. I work for the University of Kansas Medical Center in a research lab. We do all kinds of different exercise and weight management studies. Today, we are going to do a yoga class. So how many of you have done yoga or taken a yoga class before? Just by a show of hands. Looks like some of you have. Okay.
I haven't done yoga, but my cousin here at K-State is the yoga instructor.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, even if you haven't ever done yoga, this will be a class for if you've done it before or if you haven't. So don't worry about either way. I do just want to see where everybody is at so I know what kind of poses we're going to do today. Does everybody have a chair that they can sit in? Give me a thumbs up if you have a chair that you can sit in today. Okay, awesome. And then can everybody stand up out of their chair? Give me a thumbs up if you can stand up out of your chair. Looks like everybody can. Okay, and then my last question is, does everybody feel comfortable getting down on the ground? Give me a thumbs up if you are okay getting down on the ground. Thumbs down if you're not really feeling down on the ground today. Okay, so it looks like we've got some people that are good with down on the ground, some people that would prefer not to be down on the ground. So I'll try and make sure that you guys can do all of the different positions, either in a chair, standing, or on the ground. Does that sound good? Okay, we are actually going to get started, everybody in our chair. So if you want to take a seat in a chair, I'm going to make sure you guys can see me really well. Okay, so for those of you who have never done yoga before, yoga came from India, and it is a way to move our body and our breath together in a really mindful way. So we want to slow down at the beginning of class and kind of check in and see if we can notice what our body is doing. So if you want and you feel comfortable, you can find a nice comfy seat in your chair and then close down your eyes or just look down on the ground in front of you. And then we're just going to take some nice, big, deep inhales through our nose and then big sighs out your mouth. So big, deep breath in, big, deep breath out. Kind of slowing down our mind. Forgetting about anything that happened already today or anything that we still have to do. We'll use these next 30 to 40 minutes just checking in with our body and noticing what's going on with our body and our breath. Big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. 2 more just like this. And we'll do 1 more. Big breath in and out. All right, we're just going to take 1 hand to our heart and 1 hand to our belly next. Keep that big, deep breath going. See if you can feel your belly expand and your chest fill up as you breathe in. And then notice that belly depress as you exhale. Inhale, get nice and full. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Exhale, out. 2 more. And last one. Nice work, everybody. Hope you feel a little bit more relaxed and settled. We are going to start warming up our body now. So go ahead and just take some shoulder rolls. Keep that deep breath going if you can. Big breath in, shoulders up by your ears. Big breath out, shoulders roll down. Big breath in, shoulders go up. Big breath down, roll them down. In and sigh it out. Big breath in, shoulders up. And sigh it out. 2 more. Good work, everybody. Next, we're going to do a little bit of a neck stretch. So we're going to take our ear. You can do your right ear down to your right shoulder, and then you can let your shoulder kind of dangle down by your side. So you don't want to hike your shoulder up. You want to leave that shoulder nice and loose. You're just stretching that ear like your shoulder is trying to tell your ear a secret, trying to get in nice and close. You should feel a stretch on the other side of your neck. And then we're going to take our chin and then bring it towards our chest, look down in between our knees. or our legs.
Yeah, where I need to go get.
And then we are letting our ear down to our other shoulder. Remembering to check in with that deep inhale through the nose, big sigh out. The more oxygen we can get into our lungs, the better our body is going to feel. All right, and we're going to go back the same way. So chin down to your chest, looking right in between your legs. And bringing it back to that first side you started on, letting that arm dangle. All right, bringing the head gently back up, sitting nice and tall. If you're in a chair and you can scoop forward so you're not using the backrest, that will encourage your back to stay nice and tall. We're going to do a side bend next. So take your right arm up by your ear. You can hold on to the bottom of your chair with your other hand, and then we're going to lean to the left. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. One more, in and out here. And other side, holding on to the edge of the chair with that right hand. Left arm reaches up by our ear, and then we reach over. Big side stretch. And then we're focusing on those nice big inhales and exhales, noticing how our body is feeling this afternoon. Maybe one side feels different than the other. Just noticing. All right, and then we're going to go back one way and then the other way one more time. Big breath in, not staying as long. Big breath out. And then big breath in, switching sides. Up and over for 2 deep inhales and exhales. In and out. In and out. Nice work, everybody. Bring that arm back down. I forgot to mention, a lot of times yoga is practiced without shoes. So if you feel comfortable, you can take your shoes off. We're actually going to give ourselves a little bit of a foot massage today, because in yoga, we do a lot of things on our feet, and we want to have really strong feet. We also want to take care of them. So we're going to start with our right leg. So pick that right foot up and then just wiggle that leg in your hip socket, wiggle it out, make sure it's able to move a little bit. And then if you feel comfortable, you can take your hands on your foot and place it on your knee. If this isn't feeling too good for you, you can also just cross your legs down here on your ankles, okay? So we're either having our ankle on our knee or ankle over our ankle. If you have your ankle on your knee, you can start to circle your ankle around, giving it a little massage. And then you can even take both feet and kind of rub your foot, the bottom of your foot, squeeze it, knead it like it's some dough. You're making a really tasty bread. Give those feet some love. If you've got your foot down here, you can just massage your leg. And again, checking in with that breath, big breath in, big breath out, giving some love to our feet. We don't always check in with our feet, but our feet do a lot for us. Special Olympics athletes, I'm sure, are doing lots of things with their feet, so it's good to check in and make sure that they are getting some love. All right, then we can take our little crab claws hands and we start to knead our legs. So we're just gonna take our hands like this and knead your legs up through your calf and your thigh. Do whatever feels good for you. Just massaging our leg with our hands. And then when you're ready, make little baby fists. So curl your fingers in, and then we're just gonna tap our legs, starting down low and then moving all the way up. So this is a way to actually really wake up our legs. It can be really invigorating. Our blood can start flowing a little bit better. So we're just waking those legs up, getting them ready to move. So tapping those legs with our hands. All right, and then the last thing we're gonna do is swoosh all that good energy that we just put into our leg down into our foot. and set that foot down, and then notice if you feel that right leg a little bit more energized than the left leg. Maybe it feels lighter or more tingly. It should feel a little bit different after giving some attention to it. So we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So go ahead and pick your left leg up, shake it out a little bit. And then if you're ready, you can take that ankle on top of your knee, or you can cross your ankles. And we're either gonna circle our ankle on our knee or circle our ankle down below. Massage your foot a little bit. Don't forget your toes. And then we're gonna start kneading our legs. So getting those crab claw hands out, squeezing those legs down by your calf, up by your thigh. And then we'll make our small little fist, curling our fingers in, tapping it out, waking that leg up, telling that leg that it's gonna work hard for us today, get nice and strong. You can even tap the bottoms and tops of your foot. That feels good. And then last but not least, we're gonna take all that good energy and swipe it down into our feet or our foot that's up there. And go ahead and gently set that foot down. Maybe close down your eyes just for a breath or two and notice how both legs feel now. Hopefully you guys are feeling like those legs got some love and they are ready to do some yoga. So we're actually gonna stand up now. And if you need to have a chair for balance, we're gonna work on some balance. You might have a chair handy. But for right now, we're gonna stand nice and tall and learn some yoga moves. So when we inhale, we're going to bring our arms up. Inhale up. And then exhale, bending those knees. And then you're floating those arms down as close to the ground as you can get them, like you're catching a fish straight out of a stream. And then you take you imagine your fish going for a little swim in that stream. So you're letting that fish swim in the stream. Rock yourself back and forth. Stay down nice and low. And then we're gonna send our fish off into the stream. So you're gonna throw that fish really far forward into the stream. See if you can keep your back nice and straight. Look for your fish way out in front of you. You can say goodbye to your fish or wave goodbye to your fish if you want. And then we're taking our chin, tucking it into our chest, looking towards our toes, rounding our back, and then rolling all the way up. Okay, so that is our first series of poses. We're gonna do that a few times, okay? So big breath in, gather up the sun's energy. Big breath out. Maybe you're a hawk flying down, swooping into the stream, grabbing your fish. Take your fish for a little swim. Stay down low. Then toss your fish into the stream. See if you can get your back really straight. You're looking really far forward. Wave goodbye to your fish. And then curl your chin in towards your chest. Look towards your toes. Round yourself up. Good job. Okay, one more time, just like that. Ready? Big breath in, swoop up. Big breath out, swoop down. Grab that fish. Take that fish for a swim. Toss your fish back into the stream. Wave goodbye to your fish and round in. Come all the way up. Nice work, everybody. Okay, we're gonna add on. There's gonna be a few different ways to do this next series of poses. So I will show you how to do it in the chair, and then I'll show you how to do it on the ground, and you guys can choose which way you want to do it, okay? All right, so first in our chair, what we are gonna do is stand in front of our chair. Same thing, but we're add on. So big breath in, swoop up. Big breath out, swoop down, grab that fish. Take that fish for a swim. Toss that fish into the stream. Wave goodbye to your fish. Round in, look towards your toes. And come up this time take a seat in your chair. And we're gonna do cat-cow. So these are another series of poses that get our spine nice and mobile. So for cow, we roll our shoulders back and look up towards the moon. You can moo at the moon if you'd like. And then for cat, we round our shoulders forward, look towards our belly button like a scared Halloween cat, and meow right at our belly button. We try that a few times. Roll those shoulder blades back, look up towards the moon. Moo at the moon, and then roll your shoulders forward. Maybe take a grasp on your knees, curl your back, meow like a scared kitty. 2 more times like that. Moo at the moon, and meow like a scared kitty. All right, everybody, we're gonna try that again. So go ahead and stand up. That is where you can do your cat and cow if you don't feel like going down on the ground. This next one, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it on the ground. So if you wanna just stay in your chair and do cat and cow, that's what it'll look like. Okay, for everybody else, let's go ahead and bring our arms up, swoop up, big breath in, big breath out, swoop down, capture that fish, take that fish for a swim, toss that fish into the creek, wave goodbye really far forward, bye fish, round in, and then this time if you're feeling comfortable, you can go down onto your hands and your knees, or you're gonna sit in your chair, whatever you would like to do, okay? So if you're sitting in your chair, you're gonna do cat-cow just like we did. If you are on your hands and your knees, we're gonna do cat-cow here. So rolling our shoulders back, looking up, mooing at the moon, and then rounding in, looking towards our belly button. Meow, like a scared kitty. Moo at the moon, looking up, rounding in towards our belly button. Scared kitty. Meow. One more time. Moo at the moon. And meow, scared kitty. Nice work, everybody. Okay, if you are down on the ground, we're gonna move into down dog next. So to do down dog, you wanna take your hands, one handprint in front of you, tuck your back toes, and then shift your hips way up so you look like a triangle. If you are staying in your chair, you can just bring your arms way up in front of you. Let's go ahead and walk our feet and our hands together so we can stand tall. And we will try that all together again, okay? So if you're in your chair or on the ground, we're gonna start standing and then we'll move to wherever you feel comfortable. Big breath in, swoop those arms up. Big breath out, swoop down, catch another fish. Take your fish for a swim. Toss your fish back into the stream. Wave goodbye to your fish. Round in towards your toes. And then either sit down in your chair or get down onto your hands and your knees. We're gonna do cat-cow, rolling those shoulders back, looking up, mooing at the moon, rounding our back, meowing at our belly button. Mooing at the moon, meowing like a cat at our belly button. 2 more times. Mooing at the moon and meowing at the belly button. All right, if you are on the ground, one hand print forward, tuck your toes, pick your hips up so you are in this triangle position, and then you're walking your hands and your feet together, get all the way up to standing. All right, we are going to add on now and do some lunging on top of our fish catching. So if you know that you'll need some extra balance, you can take your chair in front of you. You want your chair to be in front of you for the next series of movements, okay? So we're gonna stay standing here, swoop it up. Make sure that you aren't going to hit your head if you go down to catch your fish. You might wanna take a few steps back away from your chair. Swoop down, catch your fish, take your fish for a little swim, toss your fish underneath your chair, look underneath your chair, wave goodbye to your fish, round in, Come all the way back up to standing, and then grab a hold of your chair. We're going to take our right leg back. So take a big step back with that right leg. Keep your heel up on that right side. So your heel is up. You're just on the ball of your foot. Should be looking like a really strong lunge. If you want, you can float both your arms up towards the sky, or maybe just one. Challenge your balance here. Big breath in, big breath out. In yoga, we when we're balancing, we look at one thing that's not moving, and that can help us keep our body still. So maybe find something on the wall that's not moving. Big breath in, big breath out. Go ahead and float those hands back down. Bring that back leg to meet the front, and then we're going to catch our fish again. So swoop up, swoop down, capture your fish, take your fish for a swim, toss your fish underneath your chair, wave goodbye to that fish, look toward your toes, and come all the way back up to standing. All right, left foot's going back now, so you can hold on to that chair. Big step back with that left foot. Your heel is up still. Looking straight ahead, you can play with one hand or both hands up. Challenge that balance. Your front knee is bent. Big breath in and out. Hopefully those feet are nice and awake, helping you balance after getting them warmed up today. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more. Big breath in. Maybe go up a little bit higher with your arms. Big breath out. Maybe sit a little bit deeper in your legs. All right. Big breath out. Come down with your hands. Step that foot back. Shake it on out. We're going to learn the warrior poses next. So you're going to need your feet to be nice and wide. So see if you can get your feet nice and wide as is comfortable for you, that you feel nice and balanced. Okay? All right. We're going to start on our right side this time. So take your right toes and point them towards the right wall. So if your right hand is out to the side, you want your right toes to be pointing to that same direction. Then we're going to bend our knee in the same direction as our right hand. And then you're going to take your left hand out to the other side, forming a T. So this is warrior pose. You should feel really strong here. If you want, you can check in with your muscles and then go back out. See if your muscles are growing as you stand in this really strong warrior pose. You can inhale, arms stretch out to the side. Exhale, curl those muscles in. Big breath out, stretch out, and in. Two more. Big breath, and curl those arms. Nice work, everybody. Okay, straighten that right leg now. Take your toes to face the same direction, so they should be facing forward again. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. So this time, take your left hand out to the side, left toes pointing in the same direction as your left hand, left knee bending in the same direction as your left hand, and then right arm goes behind you. You can look over your left fingertips like you're getting ready to be a fierce warrior. You've got your eye on the target. When you're ready, big breath in, get nice and long. Big breath out, show off those muscles. Big breath in, big breath out, show those muscles off. Big breath in, stretch light, nice and long, and big breath out, muscles. Last one. Big breath in, big breath out, muscles. All right, everybody, go ahead and stretch those arms out nice and long. Straighten your left foot. Take your toes to face the front again. We're going to stay in this nice long position and do a forward fold. So this is called a wide-legged forward fold. If you want, you can also do this with a chair in front of you, If not, if you feel okay, you can go all the way down to the ground. So either holding onto a chair in front of you so you're not going down so far, or if you feel comfortable, you can go all the way down, trying to get your fingertips close to the ground, and then you can see how it feels to walk your hands side to side. Stretching out those legs, the back of your legs. Everybody feel okay here? Moving side to side, feeling those legs, stretching out, checking in with that breath, making sure our belly is still expanding when we breathe in, and letting it all go on the breath out. Few more. All right. When you're ready, bend your knees a little bit, and then you're going to walk your hands up your legs until you're all the way back to standing, nice and tall. And we're going to heel toe our feet together. So taking your toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in until you're no longer in that long, wide position. We're working on our balance now. So we're going to do tree pose. You might want a chair handy for one of your hands to start off with. We're going to work our left side, or I'm sorry, our right side first. So tree pose, we bend our right knee, bring it out to the side, and then see if you can get your foot to rest on your ankle or maybe on the side of your calf. If you've done yoga before or you really want to challenge your balance, you can bring your foot all the way up towards your thigh, wherever you feel comfortable for your big tree trunk. So this is why we did all that footwork in the beginning, all that leg work, because we're really asking a lot of our legs right now. Push that foot into your leg. Stand nice and tall. Your legs are your strong tree trunk. And then when you're ready, you can start to grow maybe one or both of your tree branches out to the side. Maybe you're a smaller tree and you bring your hands to your heart. Maybe you're a really big tree and you bring your branches up. So remember, this is really difficult. If you're a little bit wobbly, that's no problem at all. Trees blow in the wind all the time. So just come right back. If you lose it a little bit, just come right back. Look at one thing that's not moving to keep you nice and steady. We're going to take 2 more big breaths in and out. Big breath in and out. Go ahead and lower those hands by your side. Take your knee in front of you and wiggle that leg out. Moving on to the left side. So left knee bends in front of you, and then we move it to the side, finding your ankle, your calf, or if you really want to challenge yourself, you can move that foot all the way up to your thigh, okay? So finding the best place for that tree trunk to be, standing nice and tall. Once we feel nice and balanced and rooted down, we can grow those branches. One branch, maybe another. Maybe you're a cactus tree. You can make yourself into cactus arms that look kind of like a football goalpost. Oh, it's awesome, everybody. You guys are really good at tree. Okay, 3 more. Big, deep inhales and exhales. Feel your chest and your belly move like a tree would move with leaves in the wind. One more. Looks awesome, everybody. Float those hands down. Take your knee out back in front of you and shake out those legs. Okay, you guys all did really, really good with balance. So we're going to do one more balance pose and then we'll finish up with some stretching. This one is also going to be helpful if you want to stand in front of your chair. We're bringing one leg back. So you might want to stand behind your chair to keep your hands balanced, okay? So either having hands on your chair, or if you want to balance without, you can try it without. So check in with your feet. Make sure your feet are pointed straight in front of you. This is called airplane pose. So what we're going to do is take our left foot behind us, like a tail wing of an airplane. And then if you're really feeling like you want to challenge your balance, you can take one side wing and then maybe another side wing out to the side. So you are in this airplane pose. Taking off, soaring through the sky, looking down in front of you at something that's not moving. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. Go ahead and place your hands on your chair if you were using it, and have a safe landing, bringing that left foot to meet the ground. Shake it all out. We'll do the other side. So starting off, holding on to our chair if we need it. Right leg goes behind, nice and strong in our left leg. If you want, you can practice with one side wing of your airplane, maybe the other side wing, looking down at the ground at something that's not moving, and then focusing on how slow you can keep your breath. Big inhale and exhale. 2 more. Make that leg nice and strong. Last one. Big breath in. Big breath out. Go ahead and grab your chair. Lower that lifted leg. Shake it on out. Nice work, everybody. All right, we're going to finish up in our chair or on the ground. So you choose what you want to do. I will show you guys how to do it on the ground and on the chair, okay? So make your way down to the ground if you feel comfortable. We are going to do butterfly pose. So bringing your heels together, and then you can grasp your ankles. Big breath in to sit tall, big breath out, leaning forward. If you're staying in your chair, you can do the same thing. Just take your feet together and then lowering down, okay? So wherever you're at, getting a little bit of a stretch in those legs that you worked really hard on today. Big breath in, big breath out. One more, big breath in, and big breath out. All right, our next seated pose, keeping our feet nice and long and straight in front of us. You can do the same thing if you're in your chair, making your legs nice and straight in front of you. Big breath in, bring your arms up nice and tall. Big breath out, hinge at those hips. See how close you can get to your toes. Looking at your legs. Maybe you feel your belly on your thighs. See if you can get that belly to feel like it's filling up with air. And then you can use your thighs to press that air out. You can take even bigger, deeper breaths here. One more. All right, go ahead and sit nice and tall wherever you are at. Next, we're going to do the bridge pose. This looks a little bit different if you're staying in your chair, so I will show you how to do it on the ground first, and then I'll show you how to do it in your chair if you're staying in your chair. So if you're going to try it on the ground, bend your knees. Take your hands behind your, underneath your knees. Roll your spine all the way down onto the ground. So then your knees are bent and your back is on the ground. And we're walking our heels closer to our butt. So you want to be able to maybe almost touch your heels with your fingertips. Okay? Place your hands firmly on the ground. You're pressing through your hands, your arms, your feet, your shoulders, and then you're scooping your hips up off the ground. So your feet are on the ground, your arms are on the ground, shoulders are on the ground, head is on the ground. The only thing that's lifting up is your hips. This is called bridge pose because you could maybe somebody could go right over it or under it. Okay? Go ahead and play with coming down and going up. And I'm going to show you what you can do if you're in your chair. If you're in your chair and you want to try something like bridge pose, take your feet down on the ground, scoot forward in your chair, and then you're trying to lift your bottom up off the ground with your hands. So hands are pushing into your chair, feet are pushing into the ground, and then you're lifting those hips off your seat. All right, let's try it 2 more times wherever you're at, either in your chair or on the ground. Lifting up and then setting those hips back down. Good work, everyone. Okay, we're moving into Happy Baby next. And hopefully if you guys have ever seen a baby, you'll know why this one is called Happy Baby. If you're laying on the ground, take your knees off the ground, feet are off the ground, and hug them into your armpits. And then you just rock side to side. If you want, you can try and hold your feet and rock side to side here. So if you've ever seen a baby grab their feet and rock side to side, usually they're having fun playing with their toes. That's why that's called Happy Baby. So keep doing that if you're on the ground. I'm going to show you how to do it in your chair. If you're in your chair, take your feet nice and wide, and then you can just rock your self side to side, hands on your thigh. Okay, so Happy Baby on your chair or on the ground. You can have as much fun as you want here. Babies in this position usually have lots of fun. Okay, everybody take 2 more big breaths in and out. Okay, our last move we're gonna do is a twist. So if you're laying down, go ahead and bring your feet up off the ground. Knees are right above your hips. Take your hands out to the side and then just drop your knees over to one side. And then if you want to intensify your twist, you can look the opposite direction. And I will go ahead and show you how to do it in your chair. If you are in your chair, you're just going to take your hands over to one side, place one hand on the outside of your knee and the other one maybe on the back of your chair, and you're trying to look behind you. So no matter where we're at, we're twisting ourselves to the side. Big breath in, big breath out. One more, big breath in and out. All right, if you're on the ground, go ahead and bring your knees back up to center and float them over to the other side. If you're in your chair, switching your direction, grabbing the outside of your knee and the back of your chair, looking behind you. Deep breath. See if you can grow taller when you breathe in. Maybe twist a little bit more on your breath out. Okay, no matter where you're at, go ahead and unwind. Come back to center. The last thing we're going to do, which you usually do in yoga class, it's called Shavasana, and it means corpse pose. So we just kind of lay, or if you're in your chair, you can spread out, get comfy. If you're laying down on the ground, you can straighten out your legs however you would like, put your arms wherever you would like. So you just want to get into the most comfortable position you can, either sitting or laying down. And then if you feel comfortable, you can close down your eyes or just make your eyelids really, really heavy. You just really want to feel like you're melting into your chair, melting into the ground. Everything's getting nice and heavy. This is our last relaxation pose. So you're letting all of the hard work that you just did filter into your body and let yourself feel good for all the work you just did. Just going to take a few moments here. You can breathe however feels best to your body. Go through a little bit of a relaxation. breath work. So we're going to start with our toes. Curl your toes like you're trying to make your feet into a little ball. Curl those toes, hold it, squeeze all the muscles in your feet, and then relax completely. Relax those feet completely. Uncurl your toes. Okay, we're gonna move up to our legs. So maybe squeezing those kneecaps, squeeze your calf muscles, really, really tighten every muscle that you have in both your legs. Maybe even go up to your glutes, squeeze your glutes, make everything really, really strong. And then we're relaxing everything like it's turning into jello, like you're melting into the ground. We're gonna move up to our fists, make fists with your hands, squeeze, 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 like you're trying to crush something in your hands. And then let it all go. Open those hands up, let your fingers uncurl. Make your arms nice and heavy. All right, moving up to our shoulders, squeezing those shoulder blades onto your back. Maybe you're squeezing your shoulders up by your ears, getting really, really tense, and then letting it all go. Feeling nice and heavy and relaxed. Last but not least, we're going to do our face. So scrunch your face up really, really tight. Scrunch your nose, scrunch your mouth. Make everything really, really tight and relax. Let your cheeks soften, let your lips soften, let your forehead soften. We do 1 minute of silence here where you guys just lay and relax and feel all the work that you just did. All right, we're slowly going to wake ourselves up. So start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can open your eyes if you'd like. Maybe roll your head side to side, moving kind of slow here. When you're ready, reach your hands above your head. Full body stretch like you're getting ready to get out of bed in the morning. If you're on the ground, bend one knee and then the other. Roll to one side and then use your top arm to push you up to seated. We'll all end our class today in a comfortable seated position. So either cross-legged if you're sitting down on the ground or whatever works for you, or in your chair, sitting nice and tall. Rolling those shoulders, seeing if maybe we can sit a little bit taller than when we started class. And we're going to put our hand on our heart, hand on our belly, same thing that we did in the beginning. Big breath in, big breath out. Maybe we can get a little bit more oxygen and air into our lungs, into our diaphragm. Exhale. Maybe we can let a little bit more stress go. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more just like this. Big breath in. Big breath out. Last thing we're going to do, if you feel comfortable, palms together in the middle of our heart. We say like a little thank you to ourselves and to everyone else who practiced with us today. So in yoga, they use the word namaste, which means the good in me sees and honors the good in you. So it's just a nice way to thank yourself and to thank everyone who practiced with you today for sharing this moment. So if you feel okay, we're going to take a big breath in, and then we will all say namaste together, and you can bow down a little bit towards your fingers and your heart as just a nice way to say thank you to everybody. So we'll inhale and then exhale namaste. So big breath in all together. Big breath out, bow your head, and we say namaste. The good in me sees and honors the good in all of you. And that was our yoga class. I hope everybody feels a little bit better than they did starting out. Hopefully you feel like you've got your strong legs, your spine's a little bit taller. If you want, you feel free to let me know how you guys feel and what you thought of class.
How do you guys feel?
That felt good.
I feel
Good.
I am.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody. It was so fun to give you a little bit of yoga. And if you liked any of those moves, feel free to do any of them in your own time. Yeah.
All right. Athletes, you know what to do. Take yourselves off mute. We'll give her a count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, Jesse. You guys have a great weekend. This has been Virtual Health and Fitness for the first week of Chapter 3. So if you have your Virtual Health and Fitness session trackers, be sure to cross off today as a session that you attended. And as a reminder, if you need to catch up on sessions, be sure to watch the recording on a later time. Or if you would like to do this one again, feel free to do it again and also cross off another session off your tracker, okay? You guys have a great weekend. It's super, super nice. Try and get out, get some exercise, get a good workout in this weekend. It's super nice, at least in Kansas. I don't know about New Jersey, but you guys all have a great weekend. Thanks again, Jesse, and we will see you guys all on Monday.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
Bye.